a funky beat. Sun is shining, Rachel brings the heat. Wake up CEO, we're on repeat. Chicago, Sun Up City on the go. Rachel L. Gary on the radio. Tune in quick, hear the power flow. Wake up CEO, it's your daily show. Wake up, start the day with CEO. Rachel's got the vibe, that's the real deal. CEO, it's time to feel the thrill. Morning grind, press play and chill. From the Windy City, bringing major vibes. Rachel on the mic, keeping lives revived. Radio Chicago, where dreams arise. Wake up CEO to the skies. No more snooze button, no more delay. Rachel's voice making waves today. Feel the energy Chicago way. Wake up CEO, rise and sway. Wake up, start the day with CEO. Rachel's got the vibe, that's the real deal. CEO, it's time to feel the thrill. Morning grind, press play and chill. Wake up, start the day with CEO. Hey, with Rachel's got the vibe, that's the real deal. CEO, it's time to feel the thrill. Morning grind, press play and chill.
This is Dr. Carolyn Stevens, the CEO of the BHC Media Group. And when you are looking for a strategy for self-leadership, get aligned with Wake Up CEO with host Rachel L. Gary every Wednesday from 3 to 5 p.m.
You know what time it is? Every Wednesday, 3 to 5, my Radio Chicago, Rachel L. Gary in the building. Wake up, CEO, let's go! Wake up, go Sam, set that tone. Wake up, every step you take, you claim that throne. Wake up, no more doubt, no time to stall. Wake up, boss up now, go get it on. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in. Wake up. I ain't waiting, now I go and take it. Built this from the ground, no way they break it. Consistency, my secret, watch me make it. Got that boss talk, now I ain't faking no. Lost, set the goal, now I'm grabbing the goal. And put in the work, now I'm taking control. The vision so clear, yeah, I already know. Every step I take, I'm ready to blow. Wake up, set that tone. Every step you take, you claim that throne. No more doubt, no time to stall. You boss up now, go get it all. Let's go, stay locked in, make it happen. Make it happen. Let's go, stay locked in, make it happen. Make it happen. No handouts, yeah, I made my way. Built my brand, now I pay my lane. Turn my losses into lessons. Now my grind got no recession. Yeah, they talk about chance, but I make my own. Yeah, I ain't waiting for fate, got a future to own. Yeah, every setback, just part of the game, gay game. But now I'm up and they know my name. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in. Wake up. Success so sexy, put the work in, flexy. Late nights, no rest, but now my vision's hefty. They doubted, they laughed, now they watch from the back. Cause I turned every dream into bricks that stack. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, go get it all. Every Wednesday, 3 to 5, my Radio Chicago, Rachel L. Gary taking you to the top. Boss up.
Hey there, hey there, hey there. Welcome to Wake Up CEO. I am your host, Rachel L. Gary, and we are here today. And you know what we're going to be talking about? How to crush it in 2025 for the remainder of the year. So I want you guys to get locked in for the question of the day, which we just discussed, but also get locked in to the power statement of the day. The Author's Corner that is brought to you by is powered by a Distinguished Authors Guild, where your literary excellence is celebrated. And stay ready for that 3-point play that's powered by Say I'm Possible Academy. You know what we do on Wake Up CEO. We dive right in. So the power statement of the day is my goals don't need hype, just action. I'm not waiting on a moment. I am on the movement. We gotta really dive into that today on Wake Up CEO. So I thank everybody who's out there watching. If you're watching me live on Facebook or YouTube, thank you. And for listening to Support District Radio, well, we already know it is more than radio. And let me get all comfortable here. The first part of the show is always about being clear. So I want you guys to get locked in, and we're gonna just talk about a little bit about how to get clear about how to crush it in 2025. Yeah, we prepared for now. We're getting ready for these next 5 months. We about to make our goals dissipate. We about to celebrate at the end of the year when we toasting our glasses and raising our glasses. We're gonna be raising them to success, and that's what we're gonna dive into right now. How to make all that happen. So first, we gotta clear out all the BS, and dial in to drive. So it's about blocking out distractions. I want us to hold that for a minute, because we about to dive into how to block out distractions so you can prepare for that celebration at the end of the year. We celebrating today. So if you are locked in on either Facebook or YouTube, the question of the day is, what's stealing your time? And the reason why I'm asking the question of what's stealing your time, because we gonna take that time back. So for the next 5 months, we're able to crush our goals successfully and make it happen for the remainder of the year. We celebrating. I cannot wait till December 31st when I'm toasting, raising my glasses to the accomplishments of 2025 and ushering out the old and bringing in the new for 2026. So we're going to talk about how to crush it. So we're going to start with a couple of quick techniques. Remember, everything I'm going to talk about on Wake Up CEO is going to be simple. But you as CEOs determine if it becomes easy or if it's just something on your to-do list. Take a second. And the reason why I say on your to-do list, because we discussed last week on Wake Up CEO that your to-do list is a bunch of tasks. But if you don't focus on something important, it makes those tasks irrelevant to the future version of you. So a quick technique to start getting back some of your time and blocking out distractions. Now, for me, I got to tell you guys, I appreciated that Facebook put me on hiatus to review my account. At first, I was a little upset because my account was put into a review, I want to say. But then as I thought about it, I started freeing up time. And time is the one commodity you need to grow. So as I was freeing up time, I was freeing up my creativity and started thinking of new avenues to promote and make my business better. So I'm going to talk about that technique, how we can do it in our everyday life. And we don't need technology or a platform doing it, but how we can do it and reset to re-up. Set your phone on Do Not Disturb. I know this sounds simple. Remember, everything I'm talking about is simple. For 2 focus hours a day. You can break it up into into hour increments like I do. I except early in the morning. My phone is on do not disturb from the time I wake up till 9 a.m. every morning. There's only there's only 6 people who can actually get through my do not disturb unless you text me multiple times or call multiple times. The do not disturb is so you can have opportunity to think. You can't get clear if you don't give yourself an opportunity to usher in that clarity. So we're going to setting your phone to do not disturb, what it does is it gives you the opportunity to think, write down, and focus on a task. One task that's moving you forward. And what it does is it allows you to move differently. So we got people in the chat. Hold on. I don't want to let anyone believe you that we forgot about you. So in the chat, we have Bruce chiming in. Let's go CEOs. Hey, that CEO. We got Carla who's chimed in. Welcome back from Aruba. That's to my aunt out there. Freeing up time allows one to grow and to accept new challenges. Absolutely. And that's what it's about. When you're not challenged, you're just coasting. And when you're coasting, your mind becomes numb. And when your mind is not actively participating in your growth, you stay stagnant. So that's why we're talking about putting the do not disturb on your phone, because when you put that do not disturb on, you're giving yourself uninterrupted focus. That's do not disturb from social media, from conversations that are not aligned with your ultimate goal. But for you to crush it in the rest of 2025, to make the end of 2025 successful, you got to take time to develop you. Take the opportunity to get more acquainted with who you are. We're living in such a fast-paced world, guys. We're living on microwave time when the oven works. I want to say it again. We're living on microwave time when the oven works. Because I want to give it, for instance, a recipe. You can put you can put a potato in the microwave. You can put it in the microwave for like 10, 15 minutes and the potato will be soft. However, if you taste the potato, it tastes a lot different than when you put it in the oven and let it cook. So it's just like the ideas about our growth. You might get a result, but will you get the best result? And even though we're living in an age where everything is coming quick, everything is going just as quick. I want you to take that in. Now, we're not saying that technology isn't good. Technology is a great tool. But currently, we're trading growth for entertainment. Entertainment and growth. So growth is higher, should be higher on our radar. However, currently entertainment is higher on our radar. But we want a better life. We want better circumstances. We want better outcomes. But right now we're so hooked on the attention or the entertainment that we lose sight of growing. So that's why we take opportunity to take a break. Take a hiatus, just relax. Relax with your thoughts. You'll be amazed what you come up with in that 1 hour a day, 1 hour twice a day. Back to the chat. One should not want to just stand still in life. One should open themselves to greater possibilities. Absolutely. And possibilities are endless as long as you are moving focusedly on your ideas. So that's what the 1 hour do not disturb is for you to get more in tune with you. To be the best version of you, you have to know the version of you today and have an opportunity to set a plan in motion for the version you want to see tomorrow. But unless you're thinking about it, unless you free up some time to yourself, to be with yourself, to understand yourself, to grow yourself. That's what that's about. And there's going to be a lot of people out there. I don't have 2 hours. All right, guys. This is where the cold water come on you. So we got to throw some cold water on that. So cold water on that moment is this. If you go right now, pick a social media platform that you're on regularly. Look at your time, go to your settings, and look at how much time you spend in that app. You'll be amazed to really realize how much time you spend on an app. So if you spend a lot of time on that app, you have 2 hours to spend some time in the application of your future. Let's sit back and think about that. If you apply that time, they say it takes you 10,000 hours to master a subject. 10,000 hours. So if you give yourself 2 to 4 hours of focused energy a day, in 5 years, you can be a master of whatever you determine is your growth path. So when you hear those plans, I got a 1-year plan, a 3-year plan, and a 5-year plan. If your 5-year plan isn't in correlation to your 3-year plan, in correlation to your 1-year plan, in correlation to your daily habits, your 5-year goal isn't achievable. I want to take a moment and slow that down. If what you do today isn't aligned with what you want for 5 years from now, you're moving adjacent as opposed to concurrent with your goal. So if you want your 5-year goal, so let's take it back. Let's say you want your 1-month goal to be achieved. Your daily habits have to be aligned with that. But the only way to get those daily habits aligned with that is to ask yourself the question, am I important? I want you to sit with that a second. One more time. Am I important? If you ask yourself that question, am I important? And when you ask yourself, are you important? Is what I want important? Because we do a lot of things in our life that we don't want to do, but we feel we have to do. But are we going to spend that 1 hour figuring out, am I important? And what is important to me? That's what you're giving. That's what that 1 hour is giving you. Time to see if you're giving yourself, you're giving yourself the highest of priority when you say, I'm going to give myself 1 hour twice a day. You want to ultimately get to 4 hours a day, but we're starting. We have to have a starting point. We can't jump off a bridge when we decide that we want to jump. We got to tie a cord around our necks so legs just so we don't fall off that bridge and not come back. Which is a lot of times what happens is that we jumped, but we didn't have a safety net. Or we jumped, but we didn't have a plan of how we was going to get up. But when you're giving yourself that 1 hour to think about your plan, you'll be amazed how many things come from that. Last week, if you guys did not watch the show last week, go on YouTube and get the replay. Last week, I had a discussion about the previous week where I was unproductive because I was focused on a lot of things. So this week, I refocused myself on me, remembering that I was important. My goals are important. My desires are important. And if those things are important to me, I must stay aligned with the tasks that are going to get me to where I want to be. So I took the time, refocused. That was the hour a day in the morning, which is on my planner every day. I spent 1 hour just thinking about the task, my life, how I'm moving, and the one thing that I'm going to do that day that's going to move me closer to my goals. When I did that, there's a whole new program that myself and my VA came up with. We came up with a whole new program that we're now introducing to the world. So I want to jump in the chat. We got Cherie Sloan in the building of Highly Productive Chicago. She says, hello, CEOs. We have my beautiful wife. We have Marie on here. Good afternoon, beautiful. She says, hello, 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 CEOs. And then we have Dr. Carolyn Stevens, my mentor, on here saying, absolutely. Guys, I'm only speaking to the person that's in you. I'm not speaking to you. I'm speaking to the person in you. Remember, Wake Up CEO is about just reminding you of who you are. I'm not having conversations to make you feel bad about where we are today. I'm talking to who you are. So when I say that taking 1 hour a day for Do Not Disturb, that's you taking 1 hour a day for you. So you can focus on who you are. Because if you don't know who you are, you don't know how to get to where you want to be. And if you are where you want to be, great. But I guarantee you where you are today is better than you were 5 years ago, but not where you want to be 10 years from now. But the only way to make a difference and make a change is to understand where you are currently and start making growth steps towards where you want to be. So that one thing allows you to find opportunities in your time frame of your day. Because we all get 24 hours. Some of us do some really awesome things in 24 hours. And some of us just do just enough in those 24 hours. And our lives are a result of the just enough we do. And then you see the people that have those extraordinary lives. It didn't happen overnight. You might see it today, but it didn't happen overnight. There was a lot of long hours, a lot of brainstorming, a lot of hard work that went into the person that you might see in front of you today. So the second thing is you got to dial into your why. So once you give yourself those 2 1-hour sessions a day, 1 hour, 1 hour for you, dial in to why you want a better life. What does better life look like to you? So when you ask yourself each morning, what does this matter today? So you want to ask yourself that question in those hours. What can I do today that matters for my why? So my why, I'm gonna toss it out there. My why originally was to be someone my children could be proud of. I want to be someone they could be proud of. Each day still, to this day, that was 20 years ago. I am still, that is my why. I want to be someone they can be proud of every day. I move that way. I act that way. I filter my decisions through those lenses. And that's not meaning that I want to be a parent, whereas I'm doing things all for my kids. It isn't really about my kids. It's really about being a person of integrity, a person that they can look up to, a person that they can count on when need be. It's being someone who is leading in an industry, not just in an industry. It's someone who holds their self to a high standard and constantly is moving the bar upwards. So when I make the statement, I want to be someone that they could be proud of, that had subcategories in it. I wanted to be someone that they could be true, that I was truthful. I wanted to be someone that they didn't have to worry about where I was. They could find me. That I wanted to be someone who was always there to help other people find success. I was always there to work with other people. I always was collaborative. I wanted them to feel that I was good at conflict resolution. I was good at my having a grasp of my emotions. So when I wrote that list of being someone that they could be proud of, that list came with subcategories. And those subcategories is what I worked on daily and what I work on still. So that's what I mean by when you understand your why, you can then set up a plan. You can set up subcategories in your life to be able to achieve your why. Because your kids grow up. So if you're living your life for your kids, they grow up. They grow up, they get families, they start building their lives. But you have to look in the mirror and see, my kids are all grown now. When I look in the mirror, I still say I am proud of the person I became because of my why. So let's jump in the chat, guys. We have, that is how I start every morning in my Zen zone and focusing on me and what I can do today to be productive. That's what I'm talking about. Dr. Stevens says, hello, CEOs. And then my aunt says, I'm proud of you every day. I appreciate you. Guys, I've come a long way from the kid that used to, it's funny. I was just telling my wife this story. I was a kid sitting in the hallway and sitting in the library. It's funny. In 8th grade, my desk was outside the teacher's door. I was a menace in school. I didn't do nothing they told me to do. But I was still an A student. They couldn't take my intelligence away. They took my classroom away, my teachers away. They did all of that. But I was a disruptive kid. I was keeping other kids from learning. My boredom, my lack of self-control. I mean, as I said, it was a long path to the person that you see today. I mean, I got hit on the head with a bottle, all kinds of stuff, all because I was a disruptive kid. I was disruptive. I didn't do what people told me. I thought they didn't know what they were talking about. And for my aunties to say that right now, that's a whole moment, because there was a time I wasn't proud of me. How about this? Guys, I could have been valedictorian of my class for 8th grade, and I didn't even walk across the stage. They took away my privileges to graduate across the stage. That's what type of kid I was. When I refocused all that energy that I was using to be against myself, because all that didn't hurt anyone but me. So when I look back on those moments, there's a lot of healing that had to take place. So I mean, I got help for the healing, and then I grew me. I used my why for my kids. So that meant that every time that I was ready to fall down or not do something, I remember you're being the person your kids can be proud of. And that made me instantly get back on the horse. That's why you have to have the dial into your why. Why do you want what you want? Because it's okay to want what you want. Whatever it is you want, it's okay to want what you want, but sincerely want it. My mentor and I were talking earlier about everyone wants what they want. And And sometimes it's very difficult when you don't get when you're a person that never gets what you want. So you're helping, so you're doing stuff for other people. You're always uplifting someone else, but you never get what you want. And her and I were discussing that mentality of you're taking one for the team. That you're just doing conflict resolution. You're not arguing because you don't want to argue. It's a cop-out. That's what I told my mentor. I said that's a cop-out. Because we always wanted what we wanted. We just settled for what someone was willing to give. But when you start taking that hour a day, you realize that. When you start being one with yourself, you realize that you're settling for what someone's willing to give you, but not what you want out of life. I'm going to sit back on that one, guys. That's why the question is, what's stealing your time? Because whatever's stealing your time, we got to get that back. So we can have something better in our time, within our time frames. So when you're asking yourself why, you want to journal that why. Journal, paper, whichever. Right now, I have a pad. I do two things, guys. I have a journal and I have a pad. And in my journal, I write my thoughts after my meditation, and in my pad, I write my expectations for my day. I put in my journal my thoughts after meditation because my mind is extremely clear, and I want to get that information out. And on my pad, where I do this simultaneously, I do this right one after another in sequential order. I write in my journal first, so I can get everything that my meditation brought to my mind. I can get it out on paper, because sometimes I have a piece of information that's going to move me forward, and I need to get that quick onto the paper for my after meditation. Then I plan my day of the one thing that I want to accomplish for the day that moves me closer to my 1 year, 2 year, 1 year, 3 year, 5 year intentions. And those switch sometimes. So in the chat, we got, yes, indeed. We are afraid of positive confrontation. Yes, yes, yes. When I turned 70, I made the decision to focus on myself first and then others. I want to say this right there. I'm going to pause on that question. I'm going to pause on that statement. I want to say it for the record, guys. For her to say that when she turned 70, she made the decision to focus on her. That means that for a long period of time, her focus was not completely on her. And this is from a study that I just recently was reading. In the last days of people's lives, the number one thing that they regret, number one thing, is not doing more of what they wanted to do for them. That's the number one thing that they regret. And there's several studies that have taken place. Research it for me. So if in the end of your life, the one thing you want, not saying that mine's at the end of her life, praying to God, no, I'm praying right now. Let me knock on some wood as well. Didn't mean to say it that way. I'm saying that when the study took place, they were making mention about the top 5 things. But the number one thing is that they wish they had to spend more time doing what they wanted to do, which means we spend a lot of time doing what others want us to do. Never looking inside of what we really, really want. That's why we're saying, I'm reminding you, if you give yourself time to focus, you to dial into your why, you can move closer to having the life that you want. But you got to know what you want. So back to the chat, we got my why keeps me motivated daily. Even when I get discouraged, my why keeps me motivated. My why is my children and my community. Kudos. I keep a notepad by my bed. So my apologies. That was Carla said, keep a note by our bed. Bruce says, healing made me harder to access, not harder to love. Love that. And Carla said, I believe it. Absolutely. Because the closer you get, so it's a lot of people, you've heard about the midlife crisis. People get to like in their mid 40s to 50s and have a midlife crisis because what they realize, I'm 49, guys. I have no problem telling them how old I am. They realize at 50 that they've lived either half or more than half of their lives with the life expectancy of a human person. Now, if they've lived in more than half of their lives, then they don't want their other half to end up the exact same way. The only way to do that is to take time for you, understand what you want. Then we're gonna break down to the third point. Celebrate. Every 90 days, take an assessment of you. Every 90 days. So you want to break your 90-day goal into 3 weekly milestones and 5 daily actions. When you win one day at a time, you are building on that momentum. Let me repeat it. 3 weekly milestones, 5 daily actions. When you win your day, you are giving yourself validation that you can do what you say you want to do. So a lot of times, so I was reading a new book recently where it was discussing in the book about the 21-day theory over the 60-day reality. So we've been told for many years that you have that 21 days to change a habit. When it actually has been proven that it really takes an average of 60 days to develop and change a habit or cultivate that habit or build that habit, because it's not really changing because you're building something new. You're building a new resistance or you're building something new to help you grow. So it's not really changing because you're not really switching the change. You're introducing the new. So we got in the chat. Hold on. That is the truth. Spending more time doing things we don't really want to do. Dr. Stevens says, living a life is living a life with no passion is not living at all. Make a plan to live out your passion. Introspection every 90 days. It allows you to be more in tune with you. Remember, I'm only talking to the CEO in you. I'm not talking to you. I'm reminding the CEO that's in you. That's who I'm speaking to, the CEO in you. Not talking to you. This is a two-way conversation. I love the feedback. I love to hear your thoughts. What do you think? It's funny, after every conversation I'm having with a mentee or a conversation I have, I say, what do you think? Because I'm giving my opinion. And if my opinion resonates with where you're trying to go, great, let's move forward. If you don't feel that that works for you, as I tell my mentees, all right, if this is not working, if you don't think this is going to work, give me an example of what you believe is and why. When I ask the question and why, it's so you can think for your why. And when you're celebrating your micro wins, it allows you to have those monumental changes and those monumental moments of achievement. You're gonna celebrate you. That's why we're doing this between now and December 31st. Because at December 31st, a lot of people sit down, they recap, they talk about, they write their goals for the next year. But by February, statistics only, guys, by February, only 8% of people are still even looking at their goals. Only 2% of people are in action towards their goals. I want you to be part of the 2%. The only way to be part of the 2% is to have the 2% mentality. Build yourself to understand, grow, and develop yourself in a way. You're listening to yourself, because remember, with that hour, you're listening to your thoughts, what you're thinking, how you feeling. Making decisions on what's next. You're getting clear. That's what we're doing. We're getting clear. We're dialing in. Because as you dial into you, I want to say this for you. As you dial into you, you dial out from everyone else. Think about when you turn a dial on anything. When you turn a dial one way, the other side is getting less of something. If you're turning the volume up, that means the volume that was being reduced is now going away. The tone is now raising. Same spectrum. One's raising it, and the other, if something's raising, the other is lowering. So while you're turning up for you and dialing into the person you are, you're dialing out of the person you're not. So I want us to sit with that a moment. So before we go to, we got to take opportunity to get some inspirational music in here as well. And I want you guys to make sure my playlist will be available in the CEO Circle. And the playlist is all about, has inspirational information. If you guys have music out there that you want to play, that you want to be played on Wake Up CEO, I want you guys, you can go to wakeupceoradio@gmail.com and send me your track. It must be clean. It must be under 10 megabytes. Excuse me, 20 megabytes. And we'll play it live on the air. Positive music, inspirational music that helps us grow. We want to boost up our self-esteem. So the clarity piece, we want to nail that down. Clarity, we're going to block out distractions by putting do not disturb on for 2 hours a day. One in the morning, one in the afternoon, one at night, however you want to do it. 2, dial into your why. Why do you want something? What is the thing that's going to keep you focused when life hits you? Because it's going to hit you. Give yourself a way to celebrate micro goals and macro wins. So you're going to break down your 90-day goal into 3 weekly milestones and 5 daily actions. So that's about getting clear with you for your growth. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into Better and Better by Chris and Teve. Remember, this is Wake Up CEO on My Radio Chicago. Support District Radio, because we already know what is more than radio.
Getting better every day in every way. I keep getting better every day in every way. I keep getting better and better. Oh, tell 'em I keep getting better and better. I keep getting better and every day. A little bit goes a long way, so a steady wins the race. I'm a run at my own pace. Something isn't always so right. Consistency, I said I adjust.
I appreciate who I am. value my person. I appreciate who I am. I value my person. My future's bright, bright. Life, right. My future's bright, bright. Life, yeah, yeah.
Every day, in every way, I keep getting better. Every day, in every way, I keep getting better and better. Oh, so I keep getting better and better. Every day, in every way, I keep getting better. Every day, in every way, I keep getting better and better. Oh, so I keep getting better and better. Cause that's what I wanna see. I'm better, I'm feeling me. Yeah. I'm better, I'm feeling me. Yeah. Better than I used to be. I'm growing up. Yeah. Cause that's what I wanna see. Yeah. I'm better, I'm feeling me. Yeah. I'm better, I'm feeling me. Yeah. I keep getting better every day. In every way, I keep getting better every day. In every way, I keep getting better and better. Oh, so I keep getting better and better and better. I keep getting better every day. In every way, I keep getting better every day. In every way, I keep getting better and better. Oh, so I keep getting better and better. I keep getting better every day. In every way, I keep getting better every day. In every way, I keep getting better. All the time, I keep getting better.
My success is inevitable. My success is inevitable. I will win. 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 My success is inevitable.
After a sentence, it's happening again. Finish line, happy to win it. I said, I know it's a battle within it. For success, no, I have to ascend it. Recharged and it's happening again. Hit the finish line, happy to win it. I said, I know it's a battle within it. For success, no, I have to ascend it. Recharged and it's happening again. Hit the finish line, happy to win.
My success is inevitable. It is inevitable. It is inevitable. My success is inevitable.
Success is inevitable.
All right. We welcome back to My Radio Chicago Wake Up CEO with your host Rachel L. Gary. And as we gonna dive right into the power, we're gonna dive into the empowerment piece. You know, we got a CEO framework of how we're gonna crush our goal in 2025. So we're talking about how we're gonna crush it for the remainder of the year, so we can move and step into 2026 as the better version of ourselves. That's the only way we're going to do. We got to make it happen. And energy is contagious. It's about when you are empowered, you can empower others around you. You can start determining your circumstances through being empowered. So you want to create a crushing it environment. You want to start making sure that the people that you're surrounded with, your energy in your house, the energy in your car is all about crushing it. We're getting ready to crush our goals in 2025. So in 2026, we're already revved up with a track record of success. So we can rev up in 2026 to elevate that success to another level. And if you haven't already, I know if you guys were watching it live, you could see it where we would talk about hashtag poverty to six figures, breaking the chain, the game. That is my latest book that is out. It's a blueprint of the steps to take you to go from wherever you are to where you want to be financially. It's the empowerment piece that allows you to find success, financial success, to be able to grow your CEO life, starting one step at a time, one moment at a time, one small measure at a time, until you move forward to that grandiose moment of success. And the bar will keep moving, guys. Because as you start growing, you're going to feel more successful. As you start being more successful, you're going to start wanting more things. It's okay. You want what you want. So when I mean creating a crushing environment, you want to declutter your workspace, declutter your mind, declutter your conversations. I want to step into that, declutter those conversations. So we're going to step into decluttering those conversations. As you are crushing it, conversations that don't align with growth, you'll slowly but surely navigate away from. Because as you start moving towards your micro wins, you're going to be like, and you start assessing your 90-day assessment. When you're being introspective over those 90 days, you're gonna say, I spent 2 hours talking about somebody at work. I spent 2 hours talking about my spouse. I spent an hour talking about something that was going wrong. I could have used that time to move me closer to my goals or closer to what I want. Because that's what a goal is. We put fancy names on it, goals, intentions. It's just what you want. And what you want is okay. Whatever it is that you want is okay for your life. How to get it is what we do, what we discuss here on Wake Up CEO. How to get that desired outcomes that you want. Because I want us all in 2026 to be celebrating with the toast of the glass like, yes, I made it happen. I crushed it in 2025. And that final quarter, with that small piece of information that Rachel gave on Wake Up CEO, it assisted me to move forward. When I read the book, the hashtag poverty to six figures, chapter 3 really resonated with me. I say this at the end of the day, guys. A blueprint plus action equals success. Success is yours. So when you're decluttering your space, your environment should reflect your excellence. So as you grow, as you're growing, things are going to start happening. And things are going to start coming your way, and you're going to start seeing a success pattern. As you dial in to you, you're going to notice that those things that you're dialing out from are going to start dropping by the waistline. They're going to be replaced with more things to dial into you with. You're going to start seeing Facebook posts. We'll just use it for instance. If you're still on social media and this is your time to be discovering on social media, not scrolling on social media. Those are two different things. Some people use social media for entertainment And some people use social media for business. Social media was created for business, not for entertainment. I want y'all to think about it. Do you see ads when you go on social media? Ads make social media money. You coming on social media to watch an entertainment program allows an advertiser to put a message in front of you. I used to be a commercial junkie. I used to like to watch commercials and get the point to see if the marketer did a good job or not, if I understood what they were selling or not. I can't tell you, I'll tell you honestly, I've not seen a commercial in 10 years. 10 full years. I don't watch TV enough to see a commercial. And what I watch on TV doesn't have commercials. So I have not seen a good commercial in 10 years. I couldn't even tell you any commercial that came out. I stopped watching the Super Bowl a while back. Hey, it's just that it happened because it doesn't happen. It happens on the day that I normally watch TV. However, that during that time, I always find something else I got to get done. Because I stopped watching TV for entertainment purposes. Anything I'm watching is utilized. I have one entertainment thing I watch, UFC. Y'all gonna always hear me talk about it. I love UFC. It is my only entertainment on television. It's so funny. My wife and I, we have conversations all the time and we're laughing about things all the time. That's my entertainment. We're laughing about situations. We're laughing at the puppy. We're laughing at stuff because laughter makes you happier. Laughter brings down stress. So we're laughing about everything. I don't need TV to entertain me. I don't need the drama of, I'm going to use General Hospital. Dun, dun, dun. I don't need that kind of drama going on in my life. My life is filled with enough things for me to work out, figure out, and not to escape to someone else's fantasy life. So for me, I don't watch commercials often. But the purpose of me saying it was social media has ads. Those ads are being paid for. The person that pays for the ads according to the audience that is on that social media platform. So the business of social media is the business. It's okay. Who wish they had been Mark Zuckerberg? Who wish they had came up with that idea? Who wish when MySpace was out, hey, this is gonna age me. Who wish that when MySpace was out, when it was about songwriters and songs, who wish they would have thought of something bigger? Facebook originally started off on college campuses. And he realized he had something bigger. Because he was thinking with his time. I guarantee you Mark Zuckerberg is not on here scrolling on Facebook. And that's his platform. Instagram neither. WhatsApp neither. All of those are owned by Meta, which is owned by Mark Zuckerberg. I guarantee you that's not what he's sitting around in his house doing. Man, let me go see what's going on. I guarantee you that's not what's happening. I guarantee you that right now he's trying to figure out how to monetize something else. As he should. As he should. He should be trying to capitalize and he should be trying to find a way to add value to another individual's life. That's what he should be doing. And I'm not mad at him. And neither should you be. I think that we're not mad. We don't be mad at them. We be mad at the fact that we didn't come up with that idea. Gosh darn, I wish I had a thought about that. But if you give yourself time to think, you can think of the next big idea that could help another individual. So the second thing to empower and boost your clarity is to schedule your power hours. So when you're blocking off those 60 to 90 minutes daily, those 60 to 120 minutes, you want to use that time for the hardest, most valuable work with the no distraction time. You don't want to use that time to do menial tasks that you can do within minutes. You want to use that time to think of growing you, growing your business, making a better life, having a better future, having better health, because without health, there's no wealth. You want to use that time. If it's gym time, that's an hour to you. That's your hour. If it's an hour time where you're going to be writing, that's your hour. You want to use that hour for the hardest thing that you could do that day to move you forward towards your goal. So if your goal is to be healthier in the next year, if you're spending that 1 hour a day researching recipes, researching plants with health benefits, researching natural herbs that have health benefits, going to the gym for half an hour, researching your recovery drink that you're going to take after, making sure that it doesn't have as much sugar in it, making sure that it has more proteins in it, whatever that is still your hardest work because you're researching towards your goal. Hey there. We had BB step in here, Combos in Chicago on Saturday. We got definitely connect. Don't you run away. So, guys, that's what I'm talking about at the end of the day, that you have to give yourself time to focus. And when you give that block out that 120 minutes of your day, boom, perfect focus time to power up your mind. Reward, reward, reward. Set the mini celebration. Let's say you are looking for health, better health. And better health does not always mean losing weight. Better health could be lowering your A1C. It could be lowering your blood pressure. It could be bringing up your heart rate twice a day. If your goal is whatever it is, so let's say you want to bring up your heart rate twice a day. At the end of the week, you brought your heart rate up every day, 2 times a day. Celebrate it. Because what gets celebrated gets repeated. Celebrate you. You for saying yes to you. You for putting in the action. You for taking the time. I was having a very meaningful conversation with Ms. Mina the Brown Diva yesterday. And in there, she was talking about how she has started saying no to things. Now, 2 months ago, me and Mina were having a conversation. She wasn't saying no to nothing. She had all kinds of stuff. I said, Mina, you got to say no to some things. So, Mina, you got to say no to some things. And she's like, no, I can do it all. Yesterday, she told me she said no to some things. Unapologetically said no because she had to say yes. She had to say no to some things so she could say yes to others. When she started dialing in her time, she was able to think for her. Small things, guys, small things. She said no to some small things, but they make monumental steps. Those are impacts. So we're going to jump into my favorite book part of the show. I am big on reading. I read a lot. I read at least, as I said, I read a book a week. And I listen to a book a week. So I average about 104 to 110 books of information I take in, and usually on a subject. And this week's feature book that's sponsored by Distinguished Author Guild, where your literary excellence is celebrated, is That One Thing by Gary Keller. These were my 3 takeaways from the book. Now, I just reread this book last week. Focus is a superpower. Eliminate multitasking. Start your day with just one primary task and don't move until it's complete. 2, the domino effect. list 5 small tasks that, if completed daily, create momentum towards your bigger goal. Stack your progress. Priority over pressure. Use the important versus urgent metrics. Choose the needle moving task, not the one screaming the loudest. So this book, it refines the truth that peace isn't passive. It's a platform to power. So that was the one thing by Gary Keller. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm that is one of my favorite books. I've read it now a couple of times, and I always learn something new, because that one thing, it took me a long time, guys, long time. My to-do list, I should have I'm gonna bring my notebook over here next week. In my notebook, I used to have a to-do list. There will be 20 things I want to get accomplished before the end of the day. When I look back on that list, I noticed that I was putting down a lot of tasks to do, but I wasn't focusing on how those tasks moved me closer to what I was trying to accomplish overall. You'll get stuck in the minutia of life. We don't want to get stuck in the minutia. We want to get stuck we want to grow. So I limited my tasks to 3. My to-do list now has 3 items daily. Those 3 items I must complete before the end of the day. No excuses. I'm in a no excuse zone. The life I want isn't going to take an excuse. The life I deserve isn't going to take my shortcomings. The life that propels me to the best version of me does not backseat to others' priorities. That's how I step into being Rachel L. Gary every day. I remind myself. I just like I'm reminding the CEO in you. I remind the CEO in me. What are your goals? I'm gonna tell you, I be having one of these sessions, guys. This is how I talk to myself. I'm gonna be honest. I be like, hey, what did you want to complete? I thought you wanted that. Do you still want to grow? Are you backseating to somebody? I talk to myself just like that. Because I want to snap myself out of whatever rut I'm in. I want to snap myself out of putting somebody else before myself. I want to snap myself out of not aligning my everyday tasks with my overarching picture. Snap yourself to reality. Your reality. The reality that you want to see. How do you create it? You got to give yourself time. As you're creating it with the time, you got to give yourself some space. As you give yourself the space, you get the information in there so you can elevate yourself to the level that you deserve. You deserve the life that was up going there. And when you really look at it, and I'm going to tell you, when you really look at it, it goes, and you're saying to yourself, that means I'm the reason. That's a hard thing to do. To look in the mirror and realize that your life is where it is because of you. It hurts. It hurts. And guess what? You can make a change any day. You got it. And we're going to jump into Mellow Take the Wheel. It's already mine, because everything that you want is already yours. Just claim it. Go get it. Y'all got it.
Mellow, take the wheel.
Whatever I want. It's already mine. Gratitude. Hey, I want it, I get it, I got it, I'm one with the spirit, I got it. I planted a seed and forgot it. I know you just see what just sprouted. Yeah, everything that I desire, get excited just cause I'm sure. Less distractions keep my mind pure. Yeah, reminder, I want it, I get it, I got it. I'm one with the spirit, I'm got it. I planted a seed and forgot it. I know you just see what just sprouted. Yeah, everything that I desire, get excited just cause I'm sure. Let the distractions keep my mind pure. Yeah. Reminder, I'll never forget this again. Was born with a gift from within. I give me a grip on a pen and give you a hit to the chin. I turn my dream into reality so they see that it's possible. Connecting with the inner, yeah, really get the most out of it. Yeah, abundance is all that I focus on. So grateful, so much to be grateful for. I make some money, then go make some more. Create, cause that's what I'm created for. I go beyond the limits, no more boundaries. The sky is just a...
Do you feel stuck? Like your dreams are just out of reach? It's time to change that narrative. Use life's setbacks to fuel the fire within. I'll walk you through the exact steps I took to move from $7 an hour to multiple six-figure success. The roadmap includes practical strategies, real-world mindset shifts, and the habits that help me rise against the odds. Welcome to Hashtag Poverty to Six Figures, a journey that goes beyond just financial success. This is about breaking free from the cycle and claiming your desires, transforming your life, unlocking your potential, and finally living the life you deserve. Get your copy today. Start your journey towards financial freedom. Are you ready?
Six figures couldn't change my mind.
Image and see, we control what clouds we see. I got it. I'm one with the spirit, I'm got it. I planted a seed and forgot it. I know you just see what just sprouted. Everything that I desire, get excited just cause I'm sure. Let the distractions keep my mind pure. Yeah. Reminder, I want it, I get it, I got it. I'm one with the spirit, I'm got it. I planted a seed and forgot it. I know you just see what just sprouted. Everything that I desire, get excited just cause I'm sure. Let the distractions keep my mind pure. Yeah. Reminder. Yeah. Got it. Yeah. I got it.
You know that.
All right. Welcome back to Wake Up CEO on My Radio Chicago, Support District Radio. If you guys have to jump off and continue on with things that's going on in your day, please take us on the go. You want to go to www.supportdistrictradio.com/stations/Chicago. Take us on the go because so you can hear those great positive information along the way. I am not the only host on My Radio Chicago. Still got the best positivity, but we got some great hosts out there with some great information. And as we saw BB from Convos in Chicago, she comes on Saturday from 2 to 5 p.m. right here. Guys, you want to check in with all of the great personalities that are on the station. They all bring a different type of message, a different type of vibe. Whatever that you're looking for, you'll find that variety right here on My Radio Chicago. So don't just watch my show and listen to my show. Listen to all the shows. Get that variety, but always chime back in on Wednesday so we can make sure we can continue collaborating for the best version of our future selves. So now we're going to just dive into. Y'all know that it's incredible to me that when we go through clarity and empowerment, everyone is like, okay, yeah, I can do it. I've seen that before. We can make that happen. And then after the show, a couple of days later, I talked to a couple of people who were watching me on live, and they're like, man, you were so inspirational. I appreciate so wholeheartedly that people find my conversation inspirational. What I'm looking for is transformation. So when I usually ask a question, follow up after that. I say, hey, so what tip did you take from the show? So if you didn't take a tip from the show, these next three things are what you want to take along the way. So we're going to jump into the leadership 3-point play that is powered by Say I'm Possible Academy, where self-leadership gets GPS. Play 1. Simplify to amplify. Identify the one thing that, if completed daily, makes everything else easier. Build a habit around that first. Play 2. Start every morning with a power affirmation like, I'm aligned with my goals and attracting results. Play 3. Finish what you start. Write your top 3 goals down each morning and review them before bed. Measure your actions, not your intentions. That is the leadership 3-point play powered by Say I'm Possible Academy, where self-leadership gets GPS. And you can go to the link that's dropped in the chat, and that link will take you to getting your copy of the Leadership 3-point play. Take that Leadership 3-point play and utilize it this week to find your version of success. And please, next week, when you come back to the show, drop it in the chat. How did it work? I want to know how did it make you feel to actually execute your plan of action? Remember on Wake Up CEO, I'm not having informational conversations. I'm having action conversations. What action did you take this week to move you forward towards your goals for the following week? Action. When I get out for Wake Up CEO, I have an action call. After my action call, I go home and I do an action step. I got 3 things I must complete today. I do 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, and 1 in the evening. I'm not overwhelming myself, guys. I don't do burnout. I don't do overwhelm. That's why the things I speak to you guys about are simple, easy steps. They can be easy if you move forward, if you move on them. It's harder when you let them stack up. That's why in hashtag poverty 6 figures, so people that are watching this online, I'm gonna just flip to the end of chapter 1. End of chapter 1, it says, your turn. You are the CEO action plan. And in the action plan, it actually has steps. It has a blueprint, and then it gives you steps. And then in here, on a portion of it says, bonus, I want you to create your own CEO statement. Here's a prompt to get you started. As a CEO of my life, I will take control of what, by, when. Fill in the blanks with something significant. Ensure that you put the exact date and time for specificity. It could be a behavior you want to change, a habit you want to form, or a goal you're ready to pursue. Keep this statement with you as you move through the rest of the book, because each action step builds on top of each other to give you the full outreach of making sure you're able to attain a goal. And the goal is to make 6 figures or more. That's what the book is about. Making 6 figures or more from wherever you are. It's all just a moment, a thought, a mindset, a shift in you forward. Do you believe it? Do you believe it? I have a statement I use often. You must believe it to receive it, to achieve it. Do you believe that small things will make monumental steps in your life? If you're listening on YouTube or Facebook, drop it in the chat. Do you believe it? Do you believe that you could do something very small today and it will change your trajectory for tomorrow? Two, if you do those things, how will it make you feel about you? And 3, when you feel better about you, you do those things again. We celebrating on Wake Up CEO. This is how we're going to crush our rest of our year. We're gonna crush it with the small things. We're not going grandiose. I'm not talking about no major. We're gonna change the whole world and we're gonna do everything in 90 days. That's not facts. Facts. You could do $100,000 play. And I say play, and I'm gonna put my Y out there. You can do something that could make you get $100,000 at one time. But if you don't have the steps on how to make that $100,000 give you more money, you'll have $0. So I also have something that I'm currently working through with my team. So everyone who got #poverty to 6 figures, we're asking them as they're reading through the book to be part of our referral program. So my referral program for #poverty to 6 figures allows you to do 2 things. Speak about something that's helping you find success and get paid along the way. I don't believe in asking for assistance without giving some assistance. It's all about reciprocity. I grow, you grow, we grow. Everything I do is reciprocity. Any conversation I have is reciprocity. I want us all to win. You win, I win, we win. Win-win. But the only way to do that is to have individuals who actually go through the book. And with that, I have another set of people who started in August are going to go through 10 weeks where we're going to be going through the book chapter by chapter, one chapter at a time. We're going to be doing that live on YouTube starting in August. From August to the middle of September, to the middle of October, we're going to be going one chapter at a time through the book, action plan, action steps, doing a mentorship live for everyone to chime in on, ask questions on, and get answers. Because success leaves a roadmap. Success has a blueprint. As I was talking about Facebook earlier, Mark Zuckerberg, his blueprint was creating Facebook as a community. Now, from there, as Facebook was created, there were other social media platforms that grew. If you've noticed that we'll use, for instance, you have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have TikTok, and each of those platforms grew on what was created from the first. They added a spin on it. So the blueprint was the first one. Now they're adding more to it in Instagram. Then you have another element being added to it in TikTok. Now LinkedIn is utilizing all of those elements, trying to add those to their platform as well. So the blueprint was set by the one who did it first. Now, as he did it first, other people started doing it, but added more to it. Now, that's not saying who's doing it better. At this point, I'm just saying who's doing it first. Because I'm going to tell you, the person who takes this book is going to do it better than I did. Because I was failing throughout that book. So I was failing. Then I found my success. Then I found a constant form of success. So in that book, I was getting the mindset. So you're going to do it much better than I did it, because you're going to have a already laid out map of all of the things, that all of the landmines. So the first person who blows up, hey, hey, that's me taking a moment of silence. The first person who goes through the landmines and blows up, we know that that's one less landmine, but there's still a field full of landmines. So as the next person goes through there, they learn something more that they teach someone else. That's why the last person who hears about #poverty to 6 figures, they're going to do better than everyone before them. The next person's book is going to be #poverty to 7 figures. Then the next person is going to be 8 figures, then 9 figures, because you're going to learn from this and you're going to put an extra tweak on it because the experience that you have in your life is going to add to the experience that you find within the books, within the information, within any training, any coaching. I want to come out of anything that I go into being better than I was when I started. And the only way to do that is to get the information, start utilizing the information and tweaking the information to fit my specific circumstance so I can grow faster. Whenever I join a mastermind, I was just telling my coach and I was having a conversation about the $25,000 mastermind I was in. So we're in a $25,000 mastermind for a whole year. Whole year, I learned some incredible things during that year. However, after that mastermind, there was still so much other things I needed to know. So with the mastermind, with other information I had, I created something that was phenomenal. That was better than what I originally started with. Because they gave me the raw material, just like your cake. You had the eggs, the flour, the sugar, and all that stuff. You mix it all together. Then you get a nice froth. Then you put that froth in the oven. Then you have a cake. That is what information does. You have information. Then you got some actions. Then you have an activity. Then boom, you have a result. That's how everything is in life. It's a big version of a cake, but you mixing in the ingredients. So when you get clear and start utilizing the steps that we talked about in the clarity portion, you can empower yourself to start utilizing those steps to start elevating you to the next level. As you elevate you to the next level, you're able to then start crushing it with the action plan. And in every point, you notice there was action. I'm not going to talk to y'all about nothing that's going to have you reading. Nothing that's just going to have you listening. I want some activities. Activities yield results. I want to see results. And the only way to see some results is that you got to say, skip what other people are saying, skip what other people are doing, and just stay focused on doing it what? Doing it anyway. Just like Erica Mason is going to say. So this is Wake Up CEO on My Radio Chicago. We're going to jump into Do It Anyway by Erica Mason. Stay locked in.
Sometimes you just gotta stop caring about like what everybody else think and just live your life, you know? Look, if you ain't failed a couple times, you ain't ready for this. I don't crumble under pressure, I go heavy with this. Driving straight to the hole, I don't need no assist. If all I got is one shot, you know I ain't gonna miss. I never take a hater serious, I'm petty with this. Never been the type to fall, don't straddle the fence. And yeah, I might lose it all, I get it right back quick. I'm like a walking casino, cause I'ma take that risk. I ain't scared of nothing but the old version of me. I'm fired up, boy, I love the cold version of me. I love the way I took the pain and now it's working for me. I'm coming back for everything that was taken from me. Hey, what you thought this was? I'm like a little engine that could. They love my drive, they just wanna know what's under the hood. I wish you would try to stop me, you gon' get what you deserve. I'll show you how to take it from the bottom to the first. Yeah, I know they try to say you can't, but do it anyway. Ain't got no money in the bank, do it anyway. I know you thought a couple times, but that's alright. Don't care what people think, do it anyway. I know they try to say you can't, do it anyway. Ain't got no money in the bank, do it anyway. I know you thought a couple times, but that's alright. I don't care what people think, do it anyway. When they said I couldn't, now they ask me how I do it. When you really know you got it, you ain't never gotta prove it. When you started from the bottom, you ain't never scared of losing. Everything all on God, that's the only way I do it. Boy, I been had the juice, but the extra side of sauce. Boy, I been had ragu. Baby, I got so much flavor in the pain, it's a seasoning. Promise I'ma get it, it don't matter the season. I do it any day. Every day I'ma get it in every way. No, they try to say that I can't, but I still do it anyway. I don't care what they gonna say, I don't care what they gonna think. When you out here chasing dreams, you don't care if people sleep. Wake 'em up when I speak, it's just a matter matter of time. And everything for me is just a matter of mind. I got audacity and confidence, a deadly combination. Yeah, I hear them talking, I call it admiration. I know they trying to say you can't do it anyway. Ain't got no money in the bank, do it anyway. I know you felt a couple times, so that's alright. I don't care what people think, do it anyway. I know they trying to say you can't do it anyway. Ain't got no money in the bank, do it anyway. I know you felt a couple times, so that's alright. I don't care what people think, do it anyway. Ay, I do it anyway. Ay, ay, I do it anyway. Do it anyway. Do it anyway. No, they try to say you can't do it anyway. Ain't got no money in the bank, do it anyway. I know you felt a couple times, and that's alright. I don't care about what they say, do it anyway.
We bout to kick down the door. Plant them new seeds, watch them grow. We bout to run up the millions, need financial freedom for all of my folks. Yeah, we building leverage to change the complexion of wealth. You can tell by my tone. Empower my people to go elevate and be great. That's the shit that I'm on. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, keep my stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. You can't be walking around broke. You better go get the bag. You better not give up hope. You can't be going outside. You got the power of God deep inside you, man. You better get off your ass. Your passion, the vehicle that's gonna drive you. Now go put your foot on the gas. Stand up, 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 keep much stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up.
Peace to the gods in the earth. May every verse that I write bring insight to the minds that's lost. That's what we do it for.
Body. Feet to the floor, fists lifted, I'm feeling like a panther. Power to the people from Tallahassee to Madagascar. Spooked by the door, I infiltrated this black magic. Took accountability, healing from all my bad habits. Universe bent to my will, empowered by my blackness. Do you know who you effing with? I feel like Mike Blackston. Die for the people, ain't nothing new. I've been used to crashing. Judge slam gavel, he battled me with a racist passion. Stand up, chin up with your hands up, chest out. Know that this your land, bro. Embrace your beauty, they can't stand us. Don't want your reparations, they play it foul like I N1. My ancestor died for the cause. I align with the gods. I'm assigned to this war. Right until my lines turn to art. Speak for the ones with no voice that's in the crowd. Lord.
Stand up, 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 keep much stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up.
All right. Welcome back to Wake Up CEO with your host, Rachel L. Gary, right here on My Radio Chicago. And we left off and we were having a conversation about growth and how we grow. And I have to appreciate everybody who always joins me on Wake Up CEO, who's looking for growth, who starts talking to me about growth, starts and provides feedback either through a chat, through an instant message, or even calling me on the phone. Either way, growth is a community. We are together in this growth. The only way we make things happen is making things happen together. So I appreciate each and every single one of you guys who say yes to you, who say yes to stepping into your greatness, who say yes to being the best version of you every single week. So my final thoughts for the day. So you're not just here to talk about crushing it. You're built to live it. You've got the tools, the mindset, and now the mission. So until next time, right here on Wake Up CEO on Wednesdays from 3 to 5, I want you guys to stay focused, stay locked into your success. And until next week, I want you guys to be up, out, and moving to the greatness we all know lies within who? you CEOs. See you next week on Wake Up CEO on My Radio Chicago. If you took me on the go, you can as well. Go to www.supportdistrictradio.stations/Chicago to take me on the go, to make sure that we stay locked in to self-leadership. Talk to you guys next week. Do you feel stuck, like your dreams are just out of reach? It's time to change that narrative. Use life's setbacks to fuel the fire within. I'll walk you through the exact steps I took to move from $7 an hour to multiple six-figure success. The roadmap includes practical strategies, real-world mindset shifts, and the habits that help me rise against the odds. Welcome to #Poverty to Six Figures, a journey that goes beyond just financial success. This is about breaking free from the cycle and claiming your desires, transforming your life, unlocking your potential, and finally living the life you deserve. Get your copy today and start your journey towards financial freedom. Are you ready?
6 figures couldn't change my mind.